Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Vanessa. This is NessacxBeauty, and today we're doing a review for the brand new Hyde Foundation and the Hyde Premium Concealer. This is a brand that I've been seeing a lot recently on Instagram. I've been getting so many ads of Paris Hilton recommending this foundation, and you know, I've seen so many ads to the point where I just had to buy it because the claims were like unreal. They're supposed to be full coverage, transfer proof, waterproof, and last all day, so it definitely seemed up my alley, and the more and more that I saw it on Instagram, the more and more I thought that it was meant for me. So I went ahead and I purchased this foundation. I did get the shade Warm Beige in the foundation, and as y'all can see, this is not the right shade at all. It's not. I wish I would have gotten light beige, but I thought that that one would have been way too light on me. So I got warm beige, and obviously it didn't work out in my favor. So I would go back and purchase a shade lighter than the shade that I got in hindsight. And then for the concealer, I did get light beige, and it does seem like a pretty good match for me. I wish I would have gotten the foundation in light beige, but the foundation retails for $38. Right now they're having a spring sale and it's $30, and the concealer retails for $32, but right now for their spring sale it's $25. So these are a pretty penny, but for the claims they might be worth it. So that's what we're gonna look into today, and if you're interested in seeing this wear test and review, just continue watching. So we're gonna start off with the priming moisturizer by Good Molecules. I am a dry skin gal, so this just keeps me hydrated throughout the day. And then we're gonna head in with the Hyde Foundation in Warm Beige. As you can see, it is very liquidy, and this is definitely not my shade. It is way too dark, but the show must go on. Yeah, no, I should have gone with light beige, but this is where we're at, and this is where we're gonna be the entire day. Then I went in with the Hyde concealer, and this one is actually in light beige, and it tried to neutralize it, but I still look kind of bad, not gonna lie. But yeah, but now we're just gonna go in with the Pretty Vulgar powder and set all the areas that I put concealer on. And then I'm gonna head in with my Ulta pressed powder and set the rest of my face. And this is just how I do my makeup every single day. Alright, y'all, we are back and the face is completed. I'm just gonna zoom in so we can see how we're looking. Time of completion is 11:06 a.m. There she is. And we're gonna look at this. Off the bat, it looks pretty flawless to me. I'm trying to ignore the fact that I am freakishly orange right now, but the foundation laid down beautifully. I can definitely see that this area might be a problem in the future, but it looks hella smooth, hella flawless, and the coverage is beautiful. The concealer also looks pretty good too, considering, you know, my fine lines are always gonna be there, but the concealer looks pretty. Off the bat, it's looking like a very good foundation. Again, definitely the wrong shade. Look at my arms compared to my face. I am dying. Like, I've never seen myself like this, but the show must go on. I'm gonna do a full wear test. Hopefully I don't run into anybody today, but I'll be checking in periodically, and I'll see you soon. Alright, y'all, so it is around 1 o'clock. I did want to get a natural light shot. It's looking so pretty. Like, this foundation is laying down gorgeously, in my opinion. The one thing that I do want to point out is that my smile line does look like it's sinking in and getting a little bit dry, but that is not concerning at all compared to the rest of my face. Like, the rest of my face looks so good. The only thing that I am not a fan of, and I will repeat this throughout the freaking video, is the shade. The shade. But in terms of wear, beautiful. I will be back. All right, y'all, so we are back, and it is currently 6:35 p.m. This is around the 7.5 hour mark, and we're just gonna zoom in to see how we're looking. Forehead is looking stunning. In between my brows looks good. The concealer doesn't look like it's wearing too great, to be honest, on both sides. My nose is surprisingly holding up way better than anticipated. Today's pollen count was so high here in New York City that my allergies were blowing up. Like, I was sneezing every second, every minute. There was snot coming out so like the entire time that I was working from like 9 to 5. I took 3 Zyrtex. Nothing was helping. So for my nose to look like this after wiping my nose so many times, I'm actually kind of impressed that foundation is holding together right there. Even though there is some that came off, that is perfectly fine because I know why. But the rest of it looks super good. My smile line, of course, is looking a little bad. The other one isn't looking as bad, but the one on my right is kind of sunken in, which is pretty normal for foundations when I wear them for a long time. My cheeks still look great. Overall, amazing experience with the foundation thus far. The concealer, not so much. I thought it was gonna be like full coverage craziness, but it is definitely not. The foundation is more my type right now, but like I said, is not the right shade. So I'm kind of sad about that. But hopefully during the summer, I'll get way more use out of this because hopefully I get more tan over the summer. But I'll be back for our final check-in a little later. So we're back for the final check-in. It is currently 9:16 p.m. aka we've had this on for about 10 hours. And since the last update, I did walk my dog. I did have a mask on for about 40 minutes because I wanted to test out the transfer proof claim of this foundation. And this one was brand new, washed. And there she goes. There is definitely some foundation on the sides and on the nose part. So transfer proof, not really. I'm gonna go get a tissue and also like pat it on my face to see if things come off as well. So okay, so there's a tiny bit that came off there. It's not bad, but also like my face has been through it today, so we're just gonna zoom in and I'm gonna show y'all how we ended up looking at the 10-hour mark at the end of the day before I take off my makeup. I mean, it looks pretty good. It still looks good to me. The nose definitely came off some more on the mask, but earlier it was because of all of my snot and me wiping it and all of that stuff. So for me, it actually still looks pretty decent. My cheeks look great. My blush is still there. My highlighter is still there on both sides. My bronzer is there. And I don't see anything that's like alarming at the 10-hour mark. My nose is the most destroyed, of course, but considering my day, it makes sense that that is the most destroyed. The little smile line that is here actually doesn't look quite terrible. It still looks the same as it did earlier. It didn't get any worse. And it also looks the same on this side as well. One thing I will say is that right down here, there's a pore that I think is very, very defined by this foundation. If y'all can see it. I think y'all can. I have to do something about that. But that's it in terms of the foundation. The concealer, I am not a fan of. Wow, this concealer definitely did not wear like the foundation. It wore way worse. It basically disappeared. If I were to compare it to another concealer, it would definitely be the Juvia's Place concealer, because this is like the magic concealer or something. And I remember when I reviewed this, I said that the magic trick is that the concealer disappears throughout the day. And that's exactly how I feel about this concealer. It looks stunning when you first apply it. It disappears throughout the day. They literally do the same thing. And I'm not the biggest fan of this. AKA, I'm not the biggest fan of this. But the foundation is so good. So good. I really, really, really like the way it looks on my skin, holding up the way it did for the past 10 hours. But, and this is a big but, the shade range kind of sucks. They have 12 shades, and I did show it earlier when I was applying my foundation, but they have 12 shades. And their shade matching isn't that great, because I put in like, I think 2 different foundations that match me perfectly. I think it might have been like the Hourglass or like a Maybelline foundation that I put in, and all roads led to Warm Beige. This is not a foundation match for me, but I also did a little bit of like searching through their Instagram, and I found other people who claim that they're wearing the same foundation shade, but they look so different than I do with this on in terms of like color. So I, giving them the benefit of the doubt, I think that they might have mislabeled my foundation. Yes, it says Warm Beige, but I don't know how this can be Warm Beige and that picture that I showed also be Warm Beige, unless it's like edited and like the warmth is like taken completely out of that photo. So I did message them and ask them if mine is supposed to look like this, and I showed them pictures and referenced their Instagram. So I'll put an update on how customer service responds to me in the description whenever they do respond to me. But the foundation, awesome. The shade, not awesome. The shade range, also not awesome. Customer service, I guess we'll have to wait and see how I feel about that. But that is all I have for y'all today. Have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.